Welcome to Community Talk, a public affairs presentation of the MSA United Way and Super Talk 1270. Now your host, Jena Gullo.
Good morning, Bismarck Mandan. Thanks for tuning in. A special thank you to Town Square Media, Jim Walsh and Super Talk 1270 for donating this airtime every other week. You can find us here from 11 to noon every other Tuesday. And if you have, projects that you're working on, issues in the community that you'd like us to address, that's what we're here for. It's United Way's Community Talk. Community Talk is co-hosted by Ms. Amber Jensen, the operations manager, and I stumble over that because Amber has had so many promotions within United Way because she's a rock star. Hi, Amber Jensen.
Good morning, everyone. It does get confusing.
It is confusing. Which hat are you wearing today, Amber?
Well, I am helping with Day of Caring, so I guess co-events coordinator at the office.
Well, you always do an awesome job. You've been doing a fantastic job in helping Nicole Pesky along, our marketing manager, who has taken the reins on Day of Caring. And so we'll be talking more about Day of Caring later. But if you're just tuning in, it is not too late to register to volunteer. We really want to reach that 1,000 volunteer mark. So how can people go online and get their names on the list?
So they can go to volunteerbisman.com. You'll see we have about 5 projects left that have openings.
Only 5?
Yeah, there's not very many to pick from.
Over 50 plus projects, right?
Yes.
That is crazy. That is just huge. That is huge. Congratulations. Thank you to our community. Okay, continue. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. I'm just coming back, actually. But we'll talk about that in a second. From a little trip, got in at 2 a.m. And so this is a disclaimer. Anything that comes out of my mouth cannot and shall not be held against me.
There you go. So if you have a big group, a couple projects that need at least more than 10 volunteers is the Wilton Mentor Program. They'll be doing highway cleanup. They'll also be doing some painting and cleaning this year, which is new. Usually in the past, they've just done the highway cleanup along Wilton, but they do have some additional things. Also, Bismarck beautification. So if you want to help clean the streets of Bismarck, we're in need of volunteers there. Otherwise, they can head out to Fort Lincoln. If they want to go to the BSC Aquatic Center, KNDR is in need of some volunteers. So there's a spot for 1 person. There's a spot for 20 people. You can also just show up at Century High School tomorrow morning. We'll be there at 7:30. We'll get you signed up that morning, too. If you decide tomorrow you can clear your calendar and get out of the office, we'll be more than willing to find you a great project.
Perfect. We'll be talking more about that with Molly Harrington, who's one of our co-chairs for Day of Caring. And so if you're listening, you haven't signed up yet, get some friends, your family. You can sign a waiver for your young kids. Go on to volunteerbisman.com, and you can join the fun with over 1,000 other volunteers. We're getting really, really close to that $1,000 person mark. So it's been a little crazy at our United Way office. I haven't been there in the craziness. My parents have been visiting. They got here August 1st. Which is just so much fun having them in town. And of course, my 81-year-old dad and 75-year-old mother wanted to go to the Sturgis bike rally. So we just got back into town late last night.
Did you have any good winnings?
Well, I think it was a good donation to the economy.
That's right.
In South Dakota, yeah. But, really lots of fun memories, and just the people watching is hysterical.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yeah, it's just hysterical. But I've got the I don't know what you call it, the burning desire all of a sudden to learn how to ride a motorcycle. It's hit me.
You'll have to go, what is it, by Sam's Club there? You can do the weekend class, take
So I'm
test.
already signed up for Bate, North Dakota for the motorcycle course.
That's
I'm not
hilarious.
kidding. I'm going to be there in a couple, not this weekend, but next weekend. It's so funny, though. You see all of these bikes. And the last time I went to Sturgis a couple years ago, honest to God, I was fine being a backseat rider. And it's fine. And we did some bike runs for BSC and heat alls and whatnot. And those are fun. But as you're sitting back there, and what it is too is I started taking horseback riding lessons. So when I'm on that horse, like you can't think about anything else stressing you out. You can't think about work. Your mind all of a sudden stops racing and thinking, and you're just like, okay, I want to make sure I'm not going to fall off this horse. Don't really want any broken bones. And it's just the most relaxing thing I've ever done. And so ever since I did that, I feel like being on a bike will be really similar. So I'm really excited. So we were looking at the Indian motorcycles, and I want the saddlebags with the fringe on it. And yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
Your hair flying in the wind. I can just picture it now. Yeah.
I already bought a leather jacket. Except it's a Harley leather jacket. I don't know the rules, the protocol, if you can wear a Harley on an Indian bike. I don't know. People can call in, or they can post to our United Way Facebook page to let me know if that's appropriate or not, if that's kosher for the biker club.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Yeah. So that was my weekend. So we stayed in Deadwood, just got back late last night, and here we are, revving up for tomorrow's Day of Caring.
Yes, we are. It is here. I can't believe it. So we are at about, I think, 930 volunteers. That's not going to include last night. We closed down 2 projects. And so even though we're a day away, projects are dwindling down, but we still have room for you. So go to volunteerbisman.com. Stop by Century High School tomorrow morning at 7:30. We'll get you signed up.
Yeah, and Amber, you've also been planning the Little Black Dress event, so tell people about that.
Yeah, it'll be September 19th through the 22nd. Get your coworkers, friends together. This year, new is you can form teams. So we would love to have you all wear one black dress for a week to help our education initiative. Make sure we get those women back on their feet and out of poverty.
Awesome. We will be back in just a few short minutes to talk with our Day of Caring co-chairs. Woo! Amy Hullett and Molly Harrington.
Hello. Right now, 72.
The Red River Farm Network. Ag News is here on Super Talk 1270.
Welcome back to United Way's Community Talk. I'm Jena Gullo, the Executive Director of the Missouri Slope Area-wide United Way. Thanks for joining us today. If you have not yet signed up for Day of Caring, go on to volunteerbisman.com. Also, if you want to be a participant in our Little Black Dress event, contact Ms. Amber Jensen. She's done a phenomenal job at leading Women United. It's a high-level, high-powered group of women. They all donate to the United Way because they realize their dollars are most efficient and effective when they give through United Way. And they also do adopt a classroom where they go into a classroom every week and spend time with the kids, mentoring, tutoring, reading with them, just being a positive role model. They also are in charge of the Little Black Dress campaign, where they decide to wear a black dress for an entire week to demonstrate what it's like to live in poverty for women really trying to get back into the workforce. We had some men who also participated last year, so it doesn't have to be a dress. It can be a suit. It can be a black outfit, but to have that only outfit to go back into the workforce. So look forward to that. It's going to be coming in September, but you can sign on. You can have teams. It's going to be a great time. In studio with me right now, 2 women I greatly admire. Just real get her done ladies. We have Amy Hullett from Century 21 Landmark and Molly Harrington from Cattermas Lee and Jackson, our co-chairs for the 2016 Day of Caring. Thank you, ladies, for being here.
Thanks for inviting us.
This is exciting. I didn't think this day was going to come.
It's tomorrow.
I know.
It's tomorrow. I can't believe it's here either. Now, you two led the charge last year, and you agreed to do it again this year. Thank you for all the work that goes into it.
Yeah, we thought that was a good idea.
Thank you for giving me a fun co-lead.
Well,
I would not be back.
Yeah, it does. The people make the difference, and that's what United Way is really all about, because you can volunteer in teams, and, you can pick your project. How many projects were there this year?
52 is what I heard last.
Holy cow.
We still have some openings, so we still are looking for people. So if you're sitting right next to your coworker at the office and you don't have anything to do tomorrow, go ahead and grab them. Again, it's best to do projects with a friend, a spouse, a family. School hasn't started, so bring your kids along to certain projects. They are more than welcome. But again, that is Bismarck. What is the site, Amber? Help me out.
It's volunteerbizman.com.
Thank you.
Perfect. And so tell our listeners, if they have been living under a rock for the last decade plus, what is Day of Caring?
Well, come and see the light. First of all,
Come out of the closet.
Day of Caring is an exceptional activity put on by United Way. We pulled together approximately 1,000 volunteers to complete
1,000 people. That's crazy.
1,000 people. That was an unrealistic goal that Jenna set for us last year.
We panicked.
We took
when
it
we
on.
heard it.
But you always rise to the challenge. And I mean, that's incredible that many people are coming together to give back to our community. Awesome.
And that the businesses are supporting their staff members in leaving for the day. I know a lot of those volunteers still take a personal day or vacation day. I think that's the norm. But still, the fact that the businesses are willing to let them leave for the day and go volunteer in the community, that's huge. We're very lucky.
Yeah. There's a lot of volunteers that, it's not easy for us to give money per se, so time is something that we can give, and it's one day, it's one big event, and it does help the entire city, or as we say, great community of Bismarck-Mandan. And so that is one of the things that we relish when this event comes along, is because it is so heartwarming at the end of the day to see everything that has been done and all the people that show up. It is phenomenal.
So now, Amy, you're a real estate agent at Century 21 Landmark. And not only that, you're also the president of the
Local board
of
yep.
realtors, right?
Yes.
And you have just done so much to give back to the community, because every year you do the food drive, and you had a great idea about challenging the affiliates. How'd that work out?
Yeah, the realtors for the last couple of years have been challenging the affiliates, which is our title companies and our lenders and anybody who's a member of the Bismarck-Mandan Board of Realtors is considered an affiliate member. And so we challenged them for the backpack program food drive. And last year, we rocked it
Unbelievably
we knocked it out of the
yeah.
stadium per se. We had ended up with 27 units of food to give to that program. And so that is
amazing.
Just an amazing thing. The next thing that I think we want to do is we want to get the realtors involved next year with this Day of Caring project and find an event for us, like
That's
a project.
awesome.
So we want to make that happen this next year. So I'm excited to step out of this position and actually become a team captain and get my people involved.
So, Molly, you're with Cattermessley and Jackson, and Niles Hushka is our campaign co-chair this year.
And he's thrilled to be that,
You know, he's just awesome.
He geeks out over this
He's
give
so
back.
cool.
And, yeah,
He's
so
so
he's
cool.
thrilled to be a part of it.
Yeah, and he just doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk, which is unbelievable. It's been an honor for me to be able to work so closely with him. But at Cattermessley and Jackson, you guys do a 1-to-1 match through your employee campaign every year, so thank you for that.
And it runs all year long. So our employees
Crazy.
can give at any point
so
in
cool.
time, and
So cool.
it's
wow.
always matched.
And so, do you guys have people volunteering from KLJ tomorrow?
I will be there.
Awesome.
We have a few people that are filling in on various teams.
Awesome.
So, yeah, we
That's so
usually do
great.
have a pretty decent support level. We also have one of our family members, former, she just left us to go work for her nonprofit full-time.
Oh, my
Kelsey
gosh.
Zotnick is doing the Tracy Sanctuary.
Oh, I know Kelsey. She's
Yes.
such a nice gal.
So she just had a great opportunity to go do that full-time. So we're excited to support her in Day of Caring.
So Kelsey has been a site coordinator. So we've helped out Tracy's Sanctuary every year. What does it take to be a site coordinator, and what does it take to be a team captain?
It really doesn't take a lot of extra time. It really just becomes part of meeting with the location and visiting with them about what they want done at their location, making sure that we have the supplies for that day, for that location, and how, if they don't, how we're going to get them. And that is done a lot through you guys. So, to be a team captain, it really is just understanding the project that's going to be done for the day and being there for the support of the volunteers that are going to be there for the day. And so being a captain or a team leader for this day is very easy. It is just a matter of commitment.
Yeah, and so it's a way for volunteers to take that leadership role, and then we get everything donated, and you guys have done a phenomenal job at that. Tell us about some of the in-kind donations that you've been able to get.
Well, tomorrow morning when we kick off at 7:30 at Century High School, we are going to feed all of our volunteers breakfast thanks to the excellent donations that we've received from around the community. So we've gotten all of the food donated, the space is donated to us. Then after the day of caring, we're wrapping it up by going to the zoo for our after party, which has also been donated to the cause.
Yeah, the zoo is going to be so much fun. So if you're volunteering tomorrow, that's another reason. Bring your family, get the United Way Day of Caring t-shirts, and you have a free entry into the zoo. That's awesome. So what time does that start? Maybe 4-ish, 3-ish? Get there around 3 or 4, depending on when you're done with your project. Sometimes we end early, but we'll just have a good celebration. It's nice camaraderie, too, for everyone. But that'll be going till about 6 o'clock tomorrow. So as the co-chairs for the last 2 years, what are the best parts about coordinating this incredible community event?
I have to say, well, obviously my co-chair is phenomenal. And then I have to say the community's response to this day is probably what is the most humbling piece of it. The amount of volunteers that come out, the in-kind contributions that are given for this event, as far as the machinery that's used, the supplies that are used, the food for the lunches that are given to each team and everything else. And then it actually is an awareness of what our community actually needs. So it is a real eye-opener for me when you sit in this position to really see what is going on inside of our community.
The power of coming together through United Way, the reach and the impact you can make is unbelievable. Volunteer tomorrow. Meet us at Century High School, 7:30 a.m. Sign up at volunteerbisman.com.
Right now, 72.
Dave Ramsey is heard here. Super Talk 1270.
Welcome back. Good morning, Bismarck, Mandan. And I don't know if we have any out-of-state listeners today because my parents are in-state. They are just down the road at my house near Cathedral, tuning in. Last year, they even came into the studio to be able to see what it's like here at Town Square Media, which is really awesome. Jim Welsh does a great job here. Super Talk 1270, Town Square Media donates this airtime to United Way. You can find us here every other Tuesday from 11 to noon. Co-hosting with me today, back in studio, is Ms. Amber Jensen, the operations manager at United Way.
Good morning, everyone.
So, Amber, we've been a little busy hopping around the office, getting some things buttoned up for tomorrow morning. We'll be at Century High School setting up this afternoon because we have our campaign kickoff tomorrow morning.
Yeah, so if you have to stop by the United Way office, be prepared for a tornado. We have 1,000 t-shirts all over in bags, getting ready to load up everything. Luckily, Capital Credit Union is going to be stopping by at 1 o'clock with their trailer to help load everything. And we'll just hopefully be able to make one nice trip up there, and we'll just start getting ready. It's here tomorrow.
Larry Hotzenbuehler.
That's right.
Gotta love Larry Mary. Mary's our admin coordinator, does a phenomenal job at United Way and at recruiting her husband to help us.
We are pretty fortunate. But yeah, Day of Caring is tomorrow. We still have volunteer spots open. You can either go to volunteerbisman.com or at 7:30 come to Century High School. We have about 5 projects that we can use a few more volunteers, and we'll get you signed up there. You can bring your kids, sign a waiver form for them, and you'll be off.
We are at over 50 different nonprofit sites or individual homes, depending on the needs of our community. And so Day of Caring is a time for people to come together and create the biggest impact on our community through United Way. We have over 1,000 volunteers. We're still looking for some more, but we're going to be at places like the zoo. We're going to be at our domestic violence shelter, the Bismarck Cancer Center. We're going to be doing roadside cleanup, everything from helping out Charity Lutheran Church to the Circle C Ranch, Dakota Foundation. I mean, it just goes on and on. So we're going to be at many nonprofits around the community. Last year, we saved over
70,000.
70?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Mm-hmm. $270,000 is what it would have cost to do all of our projects, and probably much more than that. That was just what was submitted to us. Mm-hmm. So now, how does this all happen? Well, it happens with a lot of hard work by people like Amber Jensen and Nicole Pesky. So a big round of applause to those lovely ladies. But it also helps with volunteers and people that volunteer as team captains, and they get the great pleasure of working directly with the site coordinator at one of the agencies, because it doesn't just happen, just throwing together a project. People who haven't worked in the nonprofit field probably don't quite understand how much work it does take to sometimes coordinate volunteers, but then the amount of work that they can accomplish is really extraordinary and worth the investment. In studio with us, we have Rhonda Stiles-Rhodey from Charles Hall. How do you say your last name?
You got it right.
I
That's
did? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw you make a face. I'm like, maybe I
No, you're
mutilated it. But Rhonda has first of all, she's just an amazing person. She's a past board member at United Way. She's a hero donor, a Women United donor. And she currently, for the last few years or so, handful of years, how long have you been at Charles Hall?
4 years, little over 4 years.
4 years. That's crazy, isn't it? I bet.
I know it.
I mean, what's that transition into nonprofit life like?
Well, I worked in retail for years before, so completely different moving into nonprofit, where you wear many, many hats, which some that you just kind of learn by fire, get in there and do. And so we really have to work well as a team and figure out how to get the best money out of your time or whatever out of your dollar. So it's definitely challenging, but it's amazing when you see all the good that's done in the community. So.
And what does Charles Hall do for listeners who may not have heard of you?
We are technically residential foster care agency where we are licensed to serve kids between the ages of 10 and 19. So kids that have been removed from their home due to an abuse, neglect, some sort of situation like that where they have been removed and need a home, and we are that home for them.
Yeah, and you do a great job. And you sometimes get some really challenging cases.
Absolutely.
Kids who just have grown up with nothing and no role models and involved in everything under the sun that they shouldn't be involved in.
I know it's heartbreaking, but there's some phenomenal kids out there that they need some care, some guidance.
That's what I find too. They're all phenomenal kids,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
They're all just phenomenal but traumatized
Absolutely,
kids.
yeah.
And thank God they have Charles Hall to go to. So you're a site coordinator for Day of Caring. Tell us what that means and what you're doing tomorrow.
So we are having a project done in 2 of our homes. We have 3 in Bismarck where we're having some painting done, but a closet converted into a bathroom converted into a walk-in storage closet.
Oh, wow.
Every kid that comes to our care receives a blanket and a pillow, and we have some amazing donors that give us those, but we need a place to house them so that they can come and pick, and it's more exciting for them. So United Way is wonderful at meeting with me, Nicole, and as to how to make that happen at our agency this year. And so we're very excited to be part of it. We were thinking we weren't going to get to be because of some staffing issues, but United Way just stepped up and said, let's figure it out. And so we're very excited. Thank you.
Well, it's nice to be able to connect United Way donors with the work that you do, because many of them have no idea that these homes that are just in residential neighborhoods are actually caring for foster kids.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. And so what are some good memories? Because you've been involved in Day of Caring for the last few years. What are some good experiences that you've had with volunteers? And what have the kids, how have they reacted when they've seen some of the past projects?
Oh, you know what? Last year we had relaxation rooms, we call them snoozlin rooms, done in one in every home, and the kids were so excited when they got back to the home. They usually go for the day and they have some sort of fun outing, but they're very pumped to see what's happened when they get back. And so last year it was just amazing to see their faces and how excited they were. But then also the volunteers that connection that they feel then, because they're walking in their homes, they're seeing what the kids' bedrooms look like. Due to confidentiality, we can't mix the volunteers with the kids, unfortunately, but volunteers can get a good feel for what it's like for the life for those kids. So it's such an amazing connection to make. And then some of those volunteers have come back and either volunteered for other things or become donors, just become part of the Charles Hall family. And that's an amazing, amazing thing. And we've had projects done, big ones where it's painting the house, the outside of the house, deep cleaning of the insides of the houses, just all kinds of things over the years.
I had to laugh. I was giving a tour because United Way's office has a project, and so Mary from Herberger's came over, and she was like, "Oh, is Rhonda participating?" And so even though you haven't been at Herberger's for 4 years, they still always are keeping tabs on you and
seeing what I'm doing. Yeah. And she called and asked me to come and speak at their campaign kickoff.
Yeah.
So isn't that nice? So it kind of goes around.
It does, yeah. So who do you guys have joining you? You must have a carpenter on staff that's helping you transform, do you not?
That was part of our staffing issue that I was talking about. We don't at this point. So that's where the volunteer
you guys found a carpenter.
Yeah, well, not us. You guys did it all, or Tracy did it at I think it's Diversity Homes. She
nice.
Connected and got us a contractor to come in. ProBuild is donating materials.
Oh my gosh!
And Sherwin-Williams is donating
all the
supplies.
Holy
and so
cow.
I was amazed because truly I walked in and said, I don't know how you would do this room, because it's converting a bathroom into a closet. So obviously there's some holes and some things that I personally have no idea. And they just stepped right up and said, this is what can happen.
Wow.
And I think that really says a lot about the people in our community.
Absolutely.
When you get brilliant minds together around the table and they just see what the needs are. And that's part of the value of United Way, is being able to bring people around the table and identify what some of those gaps are, whether it's in donations or services for our community. And you've been such a good partner, Rhonda.
Thank you.
You are just such a good team player. You do so much for Charles Hall. You do such a great job. You have a busy day tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm excited though. It'll be fun.
Are you going to be at the kickoff?
I will. 7:10, right? That's where we'll be.
Oh, good. Well, the public can come. We'll have breakfast for everyone. It's at 7:30 for everybody. Our team captains and site coordinators can help us at around 7-ish, right?
Yeah.
And we're just going to have a great time. Thank you to Rhonda. If you are out there and you have not yet registered, go on right now to volunteerbisman.com. Join the fun. If you're a little nervous, everyone is so kind, and it's a great way. If you're new to the community, it's a great way to meet new people, good-hearted people. And if you're a boss, if you are a business owner out there, please consider giving your staff a half day off to volunteer. Many people in our business community actually allow their team to get paid for the Day of Caring, which is just incredible. Go on to volunteerbisman.com. We'll see you also tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. for our kickoff. Thank you to Rhonda Stiles-Rohde. Charles Hall will be back in just a couple minutes.
Right now, 75.
Live news headlines and weather together. Weekdays on Super Talk 1270.
Welcome back to United Way's Community Talk. I'm Jena Gullo, the Executive Director for the Missouri Slope Area-Wide United Way. and an exhausted young lady, not because I've been working hard, but because I've been playing hard. Just got back from the Sturgis bike rally at 2 a.m., and now I'm all revved up to get ready for our 6 a.m. report to work tomorrow morning. Woo! Co-hosting with me today is Amber Jensen, and the reason we're going in so early tomorrow is because we have our campaign kickoff for our Day of Caring tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. at Century High School.
Yeah, so if you haven't heard of Day of Caring, hopefully
if you
have
heard
by
of Day of-
now.
if
You
you
need to start watching Facebook or
No.
United
If you-
Way.
If you have not heard of Day of Caring, then you really need to look yourself in the mirror and say, why am I not a bigger part of this community? Because there's over 1,000 people that are going to be volunteering tomorrow, and it's not too late for you to check it out because it is huge. It is exciting and fun. The energy in the room at 7:30 in the morning. I'm not even a morning person, and I'm all riled up and excited and ready to go. I mean, it is really an incredible way to see the power of United Way in just one day.
Yeah, and so we still have projects available if your office is contemplating coming out, or if you're contacting your girlfriends right now as you're listening to us. We do have about 5 different projects that we could send you off to.
I have an idea. If you are trying to woo a special young lady out there, the way to her heart is when you show them that you really do care and that there's more to you. You're more than just about the normal men things. That you actually have a heart.
So this is your new date night.
It could be a
Date
date day. It could be a date day, and most employers, if you do approach them, they will pay you to actually go out and volunteer. I mean, we have companies that do this and have been doing this, and they're big and small. I mean, as far as, companies like Wells Fargo and US Bank, they get paid time, but then you also have like Terry Kraft at American Family Insurance, and some of these small businesses, Heidi Rue at Superior Insurance, and, all these incredible businesses in the community that support United Way. And we have retired folks too.
Yeah, you look at our team captains, all of the volunteers. Some are brand new. Some have been doing this for 10 plus years and giving back to United Way's Day of Caring. We'll volunteer from 7:30 to 4. We do have some projects that are half day, so if you can only get away for a couple of hours, please don't let that deter you from coming out.
Like Vogel Law Firm, they do a half day, or where they kind of do the high five tag team, where half of their attorneys and office staff going in the morning, and then they tag team and tag out and have other ones coming in the afternoon.
Yeah, so it's really flexible. We'll be ending volunteering around 3-4 o'clock and heading over to Dakota Zoo. They have allowed us, if you're wearing a Day of Caring t-shirt, you can get in for free. Families can pay at the group rate. Otherwise, we'll be having pizza and pop there, just coming together and celebrating all of the success, looking at how tired we probably are from using chainsaws and cutting down trees at the zoo or painting at some of the shelters in town. And so it's just a really great event to come together at the zoo and celebrate the big event.
Well, a lot of work gets accomplished in one day. It's all volunteer driven, and we recruit a lot of in-kind donations. So thank you to our wonderful sponsors. And the thing is this, we save our community over $270,000 because everything is donated. We're talking even the lunches, even the supplies. We had, for example, Sherwin-Williams one year paint our entire interior of our office, which is huge because, quite frankly, we don't spend money that way. And a lot of these projects wouldn't be able to be completed without your donation of time and your donations of products. So we're going to be at the Dakota Zoo. We're going to be beautifying the trailways and perimeter fence upkeep. A lot of the fences one year were built by Day of Caring volunteers, which is awesome. Last year, we were chainsawing a bunch of, basically creating and clearing pathways. We felt bad because a couple guys got stung because there was a beehive. That was really kind of sad.
I think they're prepped for this year.
Yeah, so we've got all the emergency supplies. We're going to be in Mandan. We're going to be at Fort Lincoln State Park. We're going to be staining various areas there, such as a blockhouse, picnic tables, Ooh, haunted fort props. I should be going to Fort Lincoln. But we'll also be at Mental Health America of North Dakota, Bismarck Cancer Center. We're going to be at the Domestic Violence Shelter for the Abused Adult Resource Center. You know, the thing is this, they're doing yard work. They're going to be mowing the shelter yard, sweeping the patio. They're going to be cleaning, washing the walls, cleaning the oven. They even asked if they could make dinner for some of the residents that day, which I just think is just a very sweet, very genuine offer by our volunteers at United Way.
Yeah, that is our Women United group. They are volunteering at one of the shelters, and I believe
I didn't even know that was Women United.
I think they settled on taco in a bag. I think that was a request from the individuals that are living in the shelter, and so I think the kids were pretty excited. Yeah. And brownies. Don't forget the brownies.
Ooh. Oh, I've got to make my dad cookies. I bought that pre-made cookie mix. My parents are visiting from Western New York City. That just reminded me. So thanks for the reminder. I've got a little bit of a sweet tooth, you know. But we'll be at the Ronald McDonald House. We're going to be organizing storage areas, cleaning rain gutters, working to deep clean the house. A lot of times we do a lot of painting. We always help the Humane Society because we organize their rummage sale, which is their largest fundraiser. And it is so much fun. If you've never been out there, they do a great job for our community, keeping those animals safe. And, you know, the United Way dollars per se aren't allocated to the Humane Society, but we do so much in giving of our volunteers and in-kind donations. So it's just phenomenal. The YMCA also has great projects. Was it last year or the year before where we did a huge landscaping project there?
Yeah, 2 years ago, Paramount Builders came, and I'll never forget the pregnant lady that was just out there all day long, just giving her all.
God bless her.
And moving those rocks. And so, yes, Paramount Builders, they didn't get scared from that big volunteer project, and they've came back every year. We've been really lucky.
Isn't that huge? I mean, so when you go into the Y, when you're looking at the north side of the Y, those huge boulders and that landscaping, I mean, we're not talking about planting some flowers here. We're talking about huge machinery. And that's what United Way does. We bring in the biggest and the best, and we get a ton of work done all on one day. So go to volunteerbizman.com. You can still register. We need your help.
Yeah, we could use about 100 more volunteers. You'll be joining 1,000 others out there in our Bismarck-Mandan community. We're even going all the way out to Wilton, down to Fort Lincoln State Parks. We're covering a lot of areas, and you just really don't want to miss this event. It's a really great opportunity to volunteer with your grandkids, volunteer with your coworkers. Get them excited about giving back to the community, because once you start volunteering and seeing what our agencies are all about and what they're doing for our community, you really just start to appreciate all the work that they do and have a deeper appreciation for making sure our community is a success. So if you haven't volunteered, go to volunteerbizman.com. Tomorrow, meet us at Century High School at 7:30, and the fun will begin then.
Yeah, and you'll be able to really see the good work that happens in all of our nonprofits throughout Bismarck-Mandan, and the power of United Way, the reach of United Way, and the ability to just get her done. I mean, let's just get it done. Let's quit talking about problems. Let's start solving them. Day of Caring is just one example. We do appreciate everyone. Go on to volunteerbizman.com. Help us to reach that $1,000 people level. Something like that. So it's not too late. Show up tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. Go to the information booth. We're going to be at Century High School creating lots of impact. We have breakfast for you, which is free. We've got t-shirts for you, which are free. And then we've got the zoo. If you have a United Way Day of Caring t-shirt, you volunteered all day, you can get into the zoo tomorrow afternoon. We'll see you. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to our co-chairs, Molly Harrington and Amy Hullett. Thanks to Amber Jensen and Nicole Pesky at United Way for organizing all this. Everyone at the United Way team. See you tomorrow morning, 7:30, United Way's Day of Caring.
Super Talk 1270 KLXX Mandan Bismarck. Listen anytime, anywhere, online at supertalk1270.com.